For those of you that are new, welcome to the channel, a good place to find a truthful, non-biased source of political and military analysis. How do you topple a global superpower when you've got no army, no navy, and no air force? It sounds like something out of a film, doesn't it? A fantasy. But what if I told you it's not a fantasy at all? That throughout history, small, secret armies have done just that, changing the world from the shadows. They've made empires bleed and brought superpowers to heal, often with little more than a bit of cunning, conviction, and the element of surprise. So how is it done? How can a thrown-together bunch of fighters win a seemingly impossible war? That's the question we're tackling today as we look at the dark art of unconventional warfare. When you think of war, you're probably picturing massive armies clashing on a battlefield. That's conventional warfare. Unconventional warfare is the polar opposite. It's not fought between armies, but in the spaces between them. It covers everything from guerrilla warfare and sabotage to subversion and psychological operations. The main goal isn't to smash the enemy's army to bits, but to grind down their ability and their will to even carry on fighting. It's death by 1,000 cuts, designed to make a war so expensive, so exhausting, and so demoralizing that the stronger power just gives up and goes home. This isn't about winning battles in the old-fashioned sense. It's about outlasting your opponent, turning their strengths into weaknesses, and fighting on the one battlefield that truly matters, the human mind. The core principle is asymmetry. You don't fight fair because you know you can't win that way. You avoid their army. Instead, you hit their supply lines, their infrastructure, their morale, and their political standing. The playbook for this kind of fighting is ancient, but it was really sharpened during the Age of Revolutions. Take the American Revolutionary War. While the main Continental Army was getting battered by the British Empire, blokes like Francis Marion, the Swamp Fox, took the fight to the swamps of South Carolina. Marion didn't have a grand army. He had small, mobile bands of local militia who knew the lay of the land like the back of their hand. They'd hit British patrols and supply columns with lightning-fast ambushes, then just vanish back into the wilderness before the British could do a thing. The British commander, Banastra Tarleton, got so wound up by Marion's tactics that he famously said, "As for this damned old fox, the devil himself could not catch him." Marion and his men never beat the British army in one big battle. They bled them, frustrated them, and tied down thousands of troops that were needed somewhere else. They showed that the land itself can be your greatest weapon. This new way of fighting, by irregulars, soon got a proper name. During the Peninsular War in the early 1800s, Spanish and Portuguese fighters rose up against Napoleon's occupying forces. The Spanish called it La Pequeña Guerra, or the Little War. In English, that became guerrilla warfare, and the name has stuck ever since.